Good morning and welcome back to the steam rail workshop. This morning I've got a new metal shaper tool, which is a piece of 20mm high-speed steel, which I bought on eBay, and my friend Glenn has showed me how to create a basic cutting tool with it. So here we are again. I've found a piece of scrap offcut and I'm starting to machine it up to hopefully turn it into some T-nuts. That'll be useful. And this offcut is certainly big enough for that. It's probably a bit too big, but I'll jump into it and see how it gets on. So I've got it on the maximum step over at the moment. You can hear that from the paw clicking. And it's getting right into it. And it's on the second highest speed, which I think is 60 cycles a minute. So I'll bring you back a little later. Now, after last week, I checked because of the knocking and found out that it was a belt on one of the V-belt grooves. The groove is damaged, so I'm not too concerned about the knocking, and I'm running with the 5 V-belts on, and it's working pretty well. And I'm just still going on squaring this bar up. So a piece of metal's been found that is almost the right size for making the T-bolts. So I'll just clean this up and trim it to size and probably take it home and cut the T-bolts. So that is quite a step forward. That's really good. So here we are, starting to clean up the T-slot material. On the bottom I'm going to take 5 mils off each side, and I'm just skimming the top just so that we can hold it in the vise easily. And I'll just work my way around. We are on the base now, and we're just skimming the underside of the T-nuts. So it'll take a little while, and then I'll get started on the sides. And I'll probably have to take it home to finish it off, but that's okay. When I started working on the Butler Super Shaper, I filled it up with oil using the U-shaped oil return at the back of the machine. But since then, I've been wondering where it's meant to be oiled from, and I think I've just found it. There's an access plate, and I've sort of ignored it for a while, but now it's clicked. I think I know what it is, so I'll show it to you in just a minute. Now you can see here, underneath the table, is a plate about 200mm square, and it has some bolts holding it on. And I'm pretty sure that's where you put the oil into it. So in a minute, I'll lever it up and see what we've got. Now this is not at all what I was expecting. It looks like it is a third party access way that someone has made by drilling, probably hammering, and it leads into an empty compartment that's clean. It looks like it's never been used. I wonder if that is the part of the oil storage system, and that would tell me that the shaper still doesn't have the amount of oil it's expected to have. Very interesting. Maybe some of the subscribers or the viewers might know something more. But at the moment, I'm a bit surprised. Well, that's it. I'm going home now. That's the trouble with getting old, is I get tired really quite quickly. But I still like doing things. So in this video, I've learned that big metal shaper tools are only needed when you're taking deep cuts, and that small tools work pretty well on big machines. So that's it for now, and we'll be back next week with the next video. Thank you.